Why do men do this one thing? They lose a good woman. They lose the greatest love of their life, and then they spend the rest of their life, what's the term? Fumbling. They fumble a good woman, right?
Yeah.
The love of their life, and then they spend the rest of their life obsessing over that woman. Why do you guys do that? What is that? Is that like, what's the psychological reason for that?
That's a good question. Okay. So I will answer that. My first question is, did he end it or did she end it?
It's usually when the guy leaves.
When he ends it?
Yeah.
Okay. Go on.
Oh, let me drink some water.
Go on, have some water. I think...
So I'll give you a scenario.
Okay, go for it.
Because a lot of women are basically just saying the same thing. It's when the guy had to leave because of financial reasons or something not aligning in his life. So he's kind of been like, oh, sorry, can't give you the life that you deserve. Bye, left.
I understand.
Yeah. So it's not like somebody cheated or something. It's more like somebody had to leave.
Yes.
Because they perhaps didn't feel mentally or spiritually or physically ready.
Got you. Okay. This is the analogy I will give.
Mm-hmm. We love an analogy.
Imagine a baseball game. You're up to bat and you have one shot to hit a home run.
Okay.
You have one shot, one swing. You can either swing now with the bat that you have, or you can go away for 6 months and build a bigger bat. So then when you come back, you've got a stronger chance of hitting that home run. What are you going to do?
Okay. Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Right? So for a lot of guys, if you're the woman that he wants, he's like, I love you, I care about you. He has an image of the kind of man he wants to be for you. And maybe that image is also part of the kind of man you've expressed that you want to be with.
Okay.
So if he feels that he's met you, maybe you've connected, you've had this relationship, but he feels that he's not in a position to be the man he wants to be for the relationship for you.
Right.
He would rather go away and become that man and then come back to you when he can.
But the way things are, sorry, I just had to butt in.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
The way things are right now, that woman's not going to be available.
I understand.
Because literally men are like in straight away.
I understand, but I think because here's the thing. If you end the relationship, that door in his head, that's closed forever because you ended it.
Right. So they feel like they can kind of come back.
But if he ended it, it's like the door's not quite closed because I walked out.
Yeah.
She's still here. She's still in the house, but I walked out.
Right.
So maybe I can still come back in when I have more. Now, you're right. He may come back and she's left the house. She's gone.
So sad.
That can happen.
Yeah.
But if he's in the house and she walks out, there's nothing you can do about that.
Okay, interesting.
So this is why I was like, it's different. This is why it's important. Did he end it or did she end it? Because if he ended it and he comes back trying to, etc. Now, sometimes I understand why guys do this, but sometimes this is where they shoot themselves in the foot because they believe that you won't choose him if he's not the man that he has in his head and if he's not the man that you have in your head.
That is the ultimate form of self-sabotage.
You're absolutely right. It is. It really is.
And it's so frustrating because I've been through it in the past as well with men who like probably didn't feel that they were ready for me.
They don't feel worthy.
They don't feel worthy, but then I'm like, that's a you problem. Like, I know that's
He's like, I know, so let me go fix my shit so I can come back when I am worthy. Okay, Shukena.
I'm sorry, I sound so cutthroat, but it's true. I'm like, the way I see it is like, okay, maybe I just have a very strict kind of approach with this.
Yeah.
Like, I know what I want and I know the kind of man that I'm looking for. And the way I see it is like, if you're coming to me and you're telling me I can't give you the life I deserve, that like you feel like you can't give me the life that I deserve and you don't feel competent enough, you don't feel capable, you don't have the resources, don't be in my life. Move out the way. Somebody else is going to come and do that.
So that's
how I see it.
I understand.
Yeah.
And I understand why you're saying that because that is operating from a place of detachment.
I like, you couldn't pay me to care right now.
So I understand. But remember, this is an issue of his own self-worth because he believes she will not choose me if I'm not this person. And I'm not this person yet.
But I'm also not I'm not like a rehab for broken men.
But that's why he's leaving you.
Yeah, great. Leave. You're broken.
Well, what I mean is this. If he believed that you would stay with him through thick and thin.
Yeah, a lot of guys say that. I don't understand that.
He would not leave. He wouldn't leave. If he was like, I know this girl is a ride or die.
Right.
I know I'm not there yet, but when I get there, I will reward her for staying with me.
I think they do leave. I disagree with you, and I'm going to tell you why.
Tell me why.
I'm going to tell you why because wrong. I think some guys would honestly rather self-sabotage their own happiness than tap into that vulnerable place that they're really scared to go into and just tell that woman, I'm not ready. I can't give you those things.
But they do say that. You just said that they do.
Yeah. But then they're not, the way I see it is like, they don't, let me think how, because it made sense in my head. Give me a moment. No. So they will say that they're not ready and then they'll leave. Mm-hmm. But then the way I see it is like, they will leave without kind of, no. Let me start again.
They do say that.
No, I got it. Sorry, it made sense in my head. Okay. Right. So, you know, when you said that the woman, it's depending on the woman. If he felt like she was a ride or die.
I'm not holding her responsible for his self-sabotage.
But it's his mind, right?
But if he thought that, he wouldn't stay. He wouldn't leave.
Yeah, yes. Exactly. So I disagree with that. Okay. Because I think some men, even when they know they have the good woman who will stick by them, they will still choose to operate from ego and leave without being vulnerable. That's the way I see it. So they would rather save face. That's how I see it. They're saving face because they don't want to drop that mask. They would rather be like, I will lose the greatest love of my life, but I just won't be like, okay, so will you stick by me then? Because I know you will, right? They're not even willing to explore that.
Yes.
They'd rather just go.
They're not
and seek less.
Sure, I understand. They're afraid to even explore if she would stay with him. You're right.
They won't even entertain that conversation because they're operating from ego and they are just ultimately too scared.
If you're loving this episode and these kinds of conversations, then I want to give you something. We recently launched the Kits Angels community. This is a sisterhood for women who are tired of what the dating scene has given them and are ready to take their love lives to the next level. It's a space for you as a woman to not be alone in your journey to love, where we learn, talk, and share our experiences as part of a strong sisterhood, with some leadership and guidance from yours truly, of course. Not to mention never before seen videos from me on how I've led dozens of women to meeting great men. And so as a thank you for watching this episode, I'm giving you a month's membership completely complimentary on me. Just click the Kits Angels link below, and when you join the group, message me the code phrase Angels Podcast and I will pay for your membership. Now back to the episode.
Well, that's insecurity, but that is still a reflection of him not believing. Like, okay, if he was like, okay, if we explore this, he's like, there's a 50% chance that she will stay with me, be ride or die, or 50% chance that she's going to leave. Mm-hmm. He thinks he has a better chance of becoming a better man and coming back to her. So that is still a reflection of him not trusting and believing that she would stay. Because here's the thing, let's just be real, right? We hear all the time women saying their standards of what they want in a guy. Yeah. All the time. I remember I saw this post on Instagram 2 days ago. It was this young 20-year-old American. He was like East Asian but American, and he bought his girlfriend like $150,000 car for Valentine's Day. Okay. Right? Do you know how many comments women were putting there? That's the bare minimum.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
That's the bare minimum?
Oh, yeah. Women's standards are through the roof.
That's crazy.
Now. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So we hear all the time of women saying, a guy's got to be doing this. He's got to be doing this. He's got to be this. He's got to be this. He's got to be this. And so if a guy's like, oh, I'm with a girl who's gorgeous, successful, intelligent, emotionally intelligent, got a head screwed on. And he believes that that's the kind of man that she wants.
Mm-hmm.
If he's not measuring up, but she thinks that he is, because here's the thing. Like you said, people put their best foot forward. People can put their best foot forward for a month, a year. And it's only after the year that you go, oh, I didn't realize that
what
that's
happened
actually,
to you?
yeah, it's like, oh, that's actually not true about you.
Yeah.
Or this doesn't line up or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the more you let someone in, the more they get to see who you really are.
Yeah.
Right? So if it's got to a point where she is still enamored and she's still choosing him for what he has presented to her, which can be true, right? That's not saying that he's pretending to be someone else, but there is what he shows her and then there's the rest of him. If he feels the rest of him doesn't line up to what she wants, then the reason he will rather walk away, because he thinks once she sees that I'm not the kind of man that she says that she wants, I will lose her forever. At least if I can maintain being the man that she wants in her head and then come back, that's a better chance.
But that's fear-based thinking.
You're absolutely right. I'm not saying it's right.
And people need to get help for that. Invest in yourself and work on rewiring your brain.
So let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you're with the kind of guy that you want, I'm saying hypothetical, but we kind of talked about this, who does show up for you in those ways, and then he does start going through hard times. And you've expressed yourself about the kind of man you want to be with, build a life with, etc. And he does go through those hard times, and he is going through that. He doesn't know if or when he's going to come out of it. And he's open and honest. He's like, look, the way I was showing up for you for the first 3, 6, 9 months, etc., I still love you, I still care for you. I can't do those things anymore.
Okay.
Are you staying with him?
If he can sit me down and have that honest conversation, just like how you said it just now, I would.
Why would you stay?
Because if I felt like he had so many other qualities, okay, and I know I'm gonna get called out for this because the women are gonna be like, but you tell us don't see potential, Sakina. But listen, it's not about that. It's not about that, okay?
I'm with you on this, but carry on.
There's potential, but then there's also like seeing that somebody actually really does have those qualities, right? Like if a guy is driven, he is ambitious, he is intelligent, he is good with money, he is a natural born leader, like all these things, he has these masculine provider qualities, and I've seen them with my own eyes. Just because you don't have that kind of money right now doesn't mean you're not going to have it in a few years' time. And I believe in you. I know that you can get us through this. Like, that's the type of woman I am. But only if I see those qualities in you in the beginning. And if I see that you genuinely have them, I'm not going to be panicking because I know you'll get us out of this mess. If you are a true born leader and you are a problem solver, I know you can get us out of this mess. And I'm going to hold your hand while we do it together.
Okay. I love that.
Yeah.
And while I love that beautiful sentiment, I want to ask then on that, is the clock ticking?
What, for me?
No, that's what I mean. So let's say he comes to you with this and you're like, because you're absolutely right. You're like, if you didn't see those qualities in him, because people can fake having a nice car.
Yeah.
People can fake having a nice place. That car could be leased. That place could be their cousins and they're not telling you. Yeah. Right? But ultimately it's the qualities he has in him, right?
Yes.
Because if somebody has these lifestyle things, but they lack those qualities, you'd be like, how does that make sense?
Exactly.
Right? So I get it. You're like, I wouldn't be with you if I didn't see these qualities. It's not because of the lifestyle you have. That's a representation of the qualities that you have, but it's actually the qualities you're choosing, 100%. How long are you staying for in that rough situation? A year? 3 years? 10 years? For him to come out of this situation and get you both to a better place?
Well, I would stay probably for a year. Yeah.
A year? That is nothing. That is nothing.
But a lot can
change
in a year.
Run, go.
If he's
Just
got
go.
all those
Don't do
qualities, if he's got all those masculine provider qualities and he's a problem solver and he's going to do it, he'll get it done. He will draw up a plan.
A year is nothing.
Yeah, but you've got to at least get us from A to B. You've got to at least, go up a little bit. For example, if we've got nowhere to live, like in a few months' time, I would like to see that, like, yeah, we're living somewhere or we're doing something.
Well, progress, but I'm talking about
I need to see progress.
Yeah, but I guess I'm talking about getting back to where he was, where you guys were. A year?
I think a year. I think a lot can happen in a year. And I've always said to myself that if I got engaged to a guy, I would always give him 1 year to prepare himself. Then I want to get married. So that's always been my rule.
What do you mean?
So like, for example, if somebody wanted to, if somebody proposed to me, right? But then they weren't like fully financially ready for like that big wedding and everything. I've always said I'll give them 1 year to prepare. Is that not enough?
How much do you think a wedding costs? No, hold on. Let me rephrase. The wedding you want, how much do you think that costs?
Okay, I understand. The wedding that I want probably does cost a lot of money.
How much?
I don't know, probably well over 50 grand.
Okay,
maybe.
let's say 50.
Yeah.
How many people do you think can save 50 grand in a year?
This is what I'm saying. Date the kind of people that you know can give you the life that you want. This is what I tell women.
So what I'm trying to say is, this is why guys run.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
You just proved it. Because you said if you
year,
can't do it within a year, you
can't get everything done in a year. Like I'm sure you had money before that, no?
Yeah, but I'm talking to save 50 grand in a year. Unless you are pulling, even people who are pulling $250,000, they're not saving 50K in a year.
But then that's when I would say have a conversation with the person that you're with and then be like, okay, I can compromise.
Okay, so if it says, okay, babe, I can give you the wedding you want,
yeah,
it's gonna take me 3 years.
That's fine. But I need something. I've always said this, like I need some sort of compromise. Like for example, if I date a guy and let's say he says to me, I'm not fully ready to get married to you. I'd be like, okay, propose to me because I need some form of commitment before. That's my compromise.
Wait. He said he's not getting married, so he should propose to you. That makes no sense.
Yeah, because you can propose and then you can wait. So you can propose to somebody.
Yeah.
And then you can wait until actually fully getting married.
But then wouldn't it make sense for him to propose when he's ready to get married?
No.
No, actually, no. Especially since you said he's got a year.
No,
he
because remember, women
propose.
have deadlines. Women have deadlines these days. They're very like, this needs to happen. Otherwise, I'm out. That was what I said to the last guy. I was like, he actually asked me, he brought up a conversation and was like, what is your time frame for marriage? He brought this up. And I was like, 1 to 2 years. I'm not going to lie, like I'm 30. And he was like, no, I get it. I fully get it. And he was like, my time frames, I think he said something crazy like 4 years. And I was like, yeah,
I'll be honest,
gone.
I would not propose to him within a year because I don't even know who she is. Because everybody has, like I said, people can have a front, put their best foot forward for a year. I'm going to see that and then commit my life to you? No way. At least
I did say 1 to 2 years. So, you know.
I say at least 2 years minimum.
I think it depends on the woman. I really do. I'm not going to lie to you. There's so many women right now, they are saying deadlines because it's age. They have to be mindful of that. As much as we want to sit here and like kind of.
No, you're right.
As a woman, like I've done it to myself. I'm not going to lie. Like I've gaslighted myself and gone, yeah, have plenty of time. I've hit 30. Like I'm not here to just like date someone. If I'm the next guy that I do date, I'm like, this is what I want. But the crazy thing is, right? So this is insane. So like the last person that I dated had this kind of issue and was like, I'm not ready.
How old was he?
30.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, he was like, I'm not ready. So I was like, cool. Like, I'm not going to sit here and wait for you to be ready. Like, I've got things to do. So as soon as he left,
I've got babies to have.
I'm like, I'm going to find somebody who is ready. Like, I'm sorry, this is how it is. It's very cutthroat. But then it's like, so as soon as he left, got out of the picture, all the men that came into my life wanted marriage within like 3-4 months. So then I was like, whoa, so what's going on here?
Yeah,
But they're ready.
I was going to say, and this is what I'm saying, right? So if a man is ready for marriage, let's say he's single, but he's ready for marriage, then obviously that's the pool of guys you would choose to date, right? Because it sounds like with this guy, it wasn't that he didn't want to marry you, but he wasn't ready for marriage.
Oh yeah, he was not ready at all.
So yeah, because if you get guys who are like, especially guys, you know, if they're older, like late 30s, early 40s, they're like, I'm ready to have a family, settle down, they're marriage minded, then yeah, if they're like, cool, I'm looking for a woman I can marry. I'm looking to get married. And so, yeah, that can definitely be fast-tracked, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question about that, actually, because I know you said, you're 30. Is there like a massive switch in a woman's mind when it comes to dating and relationships when she hits that 29, 30, 31 age?
Definitely.
Like, what is that switch? What is it? What are you before, and then what does it kind of switch to?
Yeah, so
hope you really enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full episode where that clip is from, then I want you to click right here where you can watch the full episode. And if you're ready to claim your man today, enroll in my program below, and I'll see you there. Wishing you an amazing day.